Trying to mend the pieces of your broken heart. Want to make a change but don't know where to start. Let's go on a journey trying something new. Let's go on the road to finding you. The art spot with Iyanla. Talking relationships, getting down to the thick of it. The art spot with Iyanla.
Welcome to the Art Spot, where we come to examine and explore all things about relationships so that we can develop the skills and tools we need that will improve, enhance, or heal all of our relationships. Now, today's topic is a delicate one, and it's one that I think is very often avoided: money. Now, money is among the top 3 subjects that cause problems in relationship, and today's topic is one that is whispered about but rarely discussed openly and honestly, and that is when she makes more money, or as the gentleman who wrote me said, when she wears the pants. Now, he is a successful freelance photographer, and she is a doctor. They've been married 6 years. And while he earns a decent salary, one that could provide for them both, the reality is she's in private practice and she makes more money. Now, this is not an uncommon issue for many people. Often is the result of the woman having more experience in the field, or because of the shifting job market, or the level of skills and training, or any number of reasons where the woman in the relationship is earning 2, 3, sometimes more than her male partner. Now, I'm going to confess right here, I don't know the impact this issue has on same-sex couples, but I absolutely do know that it wreaks havoc in hetero relationships, because there's a definite psychological and emotional effect on partners when one has a significantly larger salary or the only salary, especially when that earning partner is the woman. Let's face it, we live in a society where men are still expected to be the primary breadwinners. I know. It comes from an ancient philosophy and an ancient perspective where men were considered stronger and superior to women. And while the male breadwinning reality has changed, often the minds of the people have not. And since the man is still considered to be the head of the household, it is expected that he will be the financial foundation of the family unit. But in today's world, where both partners are usually working, it is not uncommon for her to make more than he does. And sometimes the couple knows this at the outset. Then there are those times when it happens unexpectedly. You see, the reality is men are more likely to be laid off than women. Men often do more of the blue-collar and physical labor-intensive work like coal mining or oil rigging or truck driving. Men are also more often affected by the weather-controlled industry like construction and landscaping. And then there are often more men on assembly lines than women. Think GM, Ford, Chrysler. And with the rapid change in many industries that were dominated by men, that have now been taken over by technology, like gas station attendants, or even owning a gas station, and toll collecting, and other local, state, and federal government jobs, it's understandable that a man is more likely to be underemployed or unemployed before a woman. Many men finished high school and had to go to work. Women may have received more education and training. For example, a nurse will always be a nurse. She has a skill that's transferable state to state. But a construction worker is subject to weather and contracts and union preferences. So let's not think that all men who earn less than women are slackers. But for whatever reason, if it is not handled carefully and consciously, her big paycheck can cause problems in the household. Now let's consider why. Money is still considered a symbol of power. And when a woman earns more than the man, he might feel that she's more powerful than he is. This raises issues of self-esteem, self-value, and self-worth. And when a man doesn't feel valuable or worthy, when his masculine identity is challenged, he will look for ways to assert himself, like being aggressive toward the woman or collecting other women. Men like to be in charge. And when a man earns less than his female partner, he may feel that she is in charge or that she wears the pants and that he doesn't have a role or a voice in what goes on. When this happens, the relationship can dissolve and become more like a mother-child relationship where he defers to her and feels dependent on her. And ultimately, he will resent her and become rebellious, just like a child. Another issue that can arise is when the woman begins to feel resentful toward the man. If she's always having to pay for things or always paying for the majority of things, and when this happens, a resentful woman may belittle the man by reminding him of her financial contributions or by insisting on paying for everything. This is a huge mistake. Huge! This hits the man below the belt, right in the cojones, if you will, and will have a definite impact on how he sees her, how he treats her, and how he sees himself. Men just don't adjust well to being reminded of their shortcomings. Some men will be embarrassed when his wife is the bigger bread earner. It's a male ego thing. It may make him feel inadequate. So for that reason, ladies, please, if you are the bigger bread winner, mind your mouth. It is not helpful to use phrases like my house or my car or remind him, I pay the bills here. That will eventually take a toll on him and he will take a toll on you. Now, in all fairness, we cannot ignore the man who simply will not work or cannot seem to keep a job. There are many reasons for this also. He may have excuses for this. He, she, or both of them may have very plausible explanations. But the truth is, if he, for any reason, is slacking, it will eventually cause problems, big problems in the relationship. So how do you deal with the problems caused by her making more money or all of the money? Well, you got to talk about it. If you really want to have problems in your relationship, did you hear me? If you really want to have problems in your relationship, be silent or secretive about money and money issues. And baby, you will get burned. If one or both of you avoid discussing money or become hostile, defensive, or blameful whenever the topic comes up, you're going to have problems, no matter who makes the most money. You cannot come to an agreement or resolve problems if you don't talk about it. And when you talk, be open and honest about how you feel without blaming your partner. You must both be totally open and honest about your financial habits and your financial history. Listen for the truth of your partner's experience around money. And don't use the financial information they give you as a weapon to punish or ridicule your partner. Look, we all make financial mistakes, and some of us just lack financial literacy or earning power. It's not the end of the world or the end of the relationship. The goal in talking about money and money concerns is to bring everything out into the open so that you can work towards a shift in behavior or reaching a solution and a compromise. Another thing is that it is always good to address your money stories and your money issues. My money story was there was never enough and there was nothing I could do about it. So no matter how much I had or how much he gave, in my mind, it was never enough and I made him wrong for it. I'm better now. Each partner must be willing to talk about what you feel about money, what you were taught about money. Both Partners need an understanding of what their partner thinks and feels about money, their power to earn, and what money means to them. Very often, these things are rooted in childhood and family experiences, and they need to be addressed in order to develop shared money values. In this way, you're laying the foundation to act as a team, not just as two people with money issues. It's also important to talk about your goals and dreams as a couple so you can establish priorities and develop plans that you can both work on and move towards a shared money management agenda. Agree to a budget and meet monthly to discuss and manage it together. Make financial decisions jointly, no matter who makes the most. You can come together and actually manage the money and pay the bills. Set financial goals as a couple, never putting individual wants above jointly agreed to objectives. And resist the urge, the natural urge to compare and compete with how much you give, have, or don't give and don't have. Here's what I've shared with couples who have an inequity in earning. No matter who makes more money, open up a joint bank account and each of you put an agreed amount or percentage in that account to handle joint expenses. So let's say you both agreed to put 60% of your income into the joint account. It doesn't matter what the dollar amount is because you're both putting in the same percentage. Then, if there's a shortage, you can discuss who'll make up the shortage, or if one partner has an emergency, the other partner can pick up the slack until it's resolved. But since you are both putting in the same percentage, you're on equal footing and use that money to handle the joint expenses. Now, isn't that brilliant? I thought about that. Isn't that brilliant? I know in the modern world, many couples don't mix money and they don't share accounts. But if you are working as partners, you may want to reconsider that, particularly if this is an issue. Now remember, it's not you against each other. It's you for each other against shared adversity, including money problems you might encounter. If money is about competing for power and control, the relationship's going to suffer, especially when she makes more. However, if your approach to money is about shared goals and responsibility, the relationship can thrive and survive no matter who has the bigger income. Ladies, if you're the major breadwinner, help him gain a new perspective because there are so many more things more important than who makes the most money. I mean, does he treat you well? Is he a good father? Does he help around the house? Is he good with the honey-do list? You know, honey, do this. Oh, honey, please do that. If a man is handling the honey-do list, his income need not be an issue. And when it comes to financial decisions, the major breadwinner must be inclusive. Now, I know, ladies, we love to shop. And I confess that in the past, in my more unconscious and unenlightened state of being, I have spent money and hid my purchases because I didn't feel I needed to talk to him since I made the most money. Bad, Iyanla. Bad. I learned the hard way to include him in the financial decisions and choices that I was making without feeling like I was answering to him or asking his permission. One day, maybe I'll tell you about the Christmas tree that destroyed my marriage. But right now, the bottom line is this. When you are committed to working as a team, when you have mutual respect for each other and a shared vision, you can work it out. Her making more money doesn't need to be an issue unless she's using it as a weapon and he's using it as a crutch. Mr. Gentleman out there, you have got to bring something to the table, even if she purchased the table. Bring what you have with joy. Bring it with pride. Bring it no matter how small it is, and bring it consistently. Listen, A woman will appreciate a consistent $20 that she can count on rather than an inconsistent promise to do more soon. Ladies, don't give him an allowance and don't lend him money. And do not pay for the things that the two of you can't afford together. Allow him to contribute something. Let him know he must earn his way. The only thing that will make her earning more money an issue is how you think about it, how you talk about it, and how you handle it. So when she makes more money, talk about it. Have a shared bank account where you both put an equal percentage. Have a shared vision that you can both work towards. Learn each other's money stories and money myths. And don't use money as a means of power and control. If one partner loses the ability to earn, figure out ways to make up the slack. And never use money as a tool or a weapon against your partner.
The R Spot.
That's our R Spot. Now for the question of the day. Iyanla, can you give me some words of encouragement? I just found out that the man I have been dating is married with a family. Oh, my beloved. Here's the one word I would give you. Run! Run as fast as you can in the other direction. Because if you don't, he will sweet talk you into staying until he divorces his wife. Now, beloved, if he lied to you in the beginning, what part of your brain is going to convince you that he's telling the truth now? Run! He is a married man and ain't nobody got time for that. I know it hurts. I know you're sad. I know you feel betrayed. But let's look for the lesson. What if there's a part of you that believes you can't have what you want, so you attract what's unavailable? What if there were things you saw and heard and felt and suspected, but ignored them along the way, and by doing so, denied your own intuition? What if this is a wake-up call just telling you to pay more attention, set clear intentions, do your due diligence and investigation before you give yourself over totally? I mean, did you practice the 90-day rule? Did you insist in seeing where he lives? Did you call him just once at 2 o'clock in the morning to see if he would answer? Oh, you see, a woman must have her investigatory ways when she meets a man in today's world. So my word of encouragement to you is this. A man is like a boss. If you're in the right place at the right time, another one will come along. So let this one go. Because if you want to know the end, look at the beginning. Liar, liar, pants on fire. His butt should be burning right about now. I hope this helps.
The R Spot.
So here's today's hallelujah truth. There is nothing more personal, intimate, productive, and powerful than having a good relationship with yourself. Taking care of you is the way that you let yourself know you are worth your own time, energy, and attention. And to all of my R-spotters out there, don't forget to subscribe to the Iyanla Vanzant YouTube channel, and you'll get a notice when a new R-spot goes up. And remember to sign up for my mailing list at Iyanla.com, www.iyanla.com, because we have some great freemiums coming out real soon, and you don't want to miss them. Also, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, because I'm always checking in those places with some juicy tidbits about all kind of stuff. And stay tuned, because very soon you will have an R-Spot Facebook community where you can check in and share your thoughts and ask questions of me and each other. Until next time, be blessed.
Trying to mend the pieces of your broken heart. Want to make a change, but don't know.
Well, I need some of this because on the show I always have lipstick on my teeth.
I don't like the stuff because it dries your lip out, but it stays. A little bit of exfoliator on that, so you do that.
Let me get that on your tongue.
So I'll wait for the top. Other way up. Got it. Thank you.
Thank you. You too. Happy Easter. Thank you.
Ashole.
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 And the fabric of
It's the fabric of the earth in Yoruba.